They watched his P-51 burn as it fell through the clouds. Then, hours later, American radar picked up something impossible, an enemy fighter flying west. The winter sky over Germany was the color of steel. January 1945. The war was in its final, most violent phase. Every mile of airspace was hunted. Every engine sound meant life or death. The man in the cockpit of the P-51 Mustang had flown dozens of combat missions, long escorts, deep strikes, hours of tension broken by seconds of terror. This mission was supposed to be routine: escort the bombers, keep the Luftwaffe off them, get everyone home. But routine was a lie in the last winter of the war. Flak rose without warning, black bursts tearing holes in the sky. The Mustang shuddered, a violent udar. The engine coughed, oil sprayed across the canopy. Then came the fighters, gray shapes, fast, closing. He pushed the throttle. Nothing. The engine was dying. A burst of cannon fire ripped through the wing. Metal screamed. The Mustang rolled hard to the left. Smoke poured from the nose. He fought the controls, held it level, counted seconds. Altitude dropped fast. There was no friendly territory beneath him, only enemy ground. Fields, roads, villages, and guns. He pulled the canopy release. Cold air slammed into the cockpit. One last look at the plane that had carried him across half of Europe. Then he jumped. The parachute snapped open just in time. The Mustang hit the ground in a fireball. The war for him should have ended right there. German soldiers found him minutes later, rifles raised, shouts in a language he understood just enough. Hands up, slow steps, no resistance. He was searched, disarmed, marched away from the wreck. Another American pilot captured. Another name for a POW roster. That was how it was supposed to end. But this story does not end in a prison camp, because fate placed him somewhere very different. They brought him to a Luftwaffe airfield, a small one, half operational, stretched thin by fuel shortages and retreat. He noticed it immediately. The planes, Messerschmitts, Bf-109s, fighters parked in the open, some damaged, some intact. Mechanics moved with tired precision. Pilots came and went. No one expected a captured American pilot to do anything but wait. That was their mistake. He spoke enough German to follow orders, enough to stay invisible. They assumed he was temporary, just passing through. He watched everything. Guard patterns, shift changes, which aircraft were fueled, which ones weren't. He saw pilots take off, saw which planes came back and which didn't. At night, he lay awake replaying one thought. If he stayed, the war was over for him. If he ran, he would be shot. If he tried something insane, there was a chance, a tiny one. The next morning, fog rolled over the field. Low, thick. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. Engines started, order shouted, confusion spread like smoke. He made his move. No heroics, no sprinting, just a walk, head down, hands in pockets, toward a lone Bf-109 sitting near the edge of the field. It was armed, fueled, ready. The cockpit was unfamiliar, but not alien. A fighter is a fighter. Stick, throttle, rudder. He climbed in, heart pounding so hard he could feel it in his throat. If anyone looked closely, it was over. He started the engine. The sound cut through the fog. For one frozen moment, the entire airfield seemed to pause. Then someone shouted. Another voice yelled back. He shoved the throttle forward. The Messerschmitt lurched, rolled, bounced across uneven ground. Small arms fire erupted behind him. Bullets snapped past the canopy. The runway appeared out of the fog, barely. He lined up, pushed everything forward. The engine screamed. The aircraft shook violently. Then the wheels left the ground. he was airborne, in a German fighter, over Germany, with no navigation aids, no radio support, and every friendly gun pointed at him. The real danger had just begun. He climbed low, kept the nose down. Any friendly fighter that saw him would attack on sight. Any flak battery would fire without hesitation. He flew by instinct, rivers, rail lines, the shape of the land. West, always west. Minutes stretched into hours. Fuel gauges dropped faster than he liked. Every engine vibration felt like a death sentence. Then the clouds broke. Ahead, far ahead, he saw it. A line of water cutting through the land. The Rhine. Beyond it, Allied territory. He crossed at treetop level. No one fired. Maybe they thought he was German. Maybe they hesitated. He didn't. He kept going, crossed into friendly airspace, still flying the enemy's plane. Now the greatest danger came from his own side. American flak batteries spotted him, a lone German fighter, low, fast, perfect target. He rocked the wings, dropped the gear, did everything he could think of. Nothing. The first bursts of flak went wide. The second came closer. He had seconds. Then, by pure luck or fate, someone held fire. The aircraft limped toward an Allied airfield, fuel nearly gone. He set it down hard. The Messerschmitt bounced, skidded, then stopped. Silence. He climbed out slowly, hands raised. American soldiers rushed him, weapons leveled, shouting. Then he spoke in English. The confusion was total. Hours later, the truth came out. The burned Mustang, the captured pilot, the stolen fighter, the escape no one believed until they saw the plane. He had done what almost no one else had ever done, flown the enemy's aircraft out of the heart of Nazi Germany, not for glory, not for legend, but because he refused to let the war decide his ending. The Messerschmitt was studied, photographed, taken apart by intelligence officers. The pilot went home, back to American soil, back to life. The war would end months later. Millions would never return, but one man did, because when his P-51 fell from the sky, he refused to fall with it. And in the chaos of the final winter of World War II, he proved that survival sometimes belongs to the bold enough to steal it.